I want to create an AI influencer, but why doesn't the characters come out consistent? Why are they not the same? Have you ever faced this problem where you're trying to generate different characters to make possibly an AI influencer, but every time you ask the AI to generate something, it gives you something totally different? So let us see how we can get what we call consistent characters. So what are consistent characters? Are AI generated people who look almost the same from one image to the other. So how do we go about doing that? Let's see. So first and foremost, if you're trying to create an AI influencer, there's a 3-step process. One is to generate the prompts. Next is to develop these consistent characters. We look at 2 ways to do that. One is a paid version and one is the free version. So we'll look at the outputs from both of them and then you can decide which one is better for you. And thirdly, how to animate these characters. So we'll have a look at that and stay tuned till the end. So let's have a look and see how you can get consistent characters like this and that. Okay, so how do you keep them consistent from one generation to the other? So let's look at it. You do not have to be too techy by the methods I'm going to show you. You don't have to know coding or programming or anything of that sort. So we'll keep it pretty simple out here, how any newbie can generate these consistent characters without any big problem. Also, for those a little advanced, there is something called LoRa modeling. So there is a way of training something called a LoRa model, and I will not be talking about that in this video, but in case you are interested, you can leave a comment below and I'll make a video especially on that, how to train a LoRa with regards to consistent characters. But let's go into the basics of it, the easy way of doing it. So first and foremost, let's look at a ChatGPT prompt. You can see I've given it a ChatGPT a basic prompt. So you can give this to any LLM. So please give me some image prompts to create an AI fitness influencer. Now I've used a fitness influencer. You could use whatever type of influencer you want to use on platforms like Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. So this is a very simple prompt. I just given it a prompt and the AI has given me some good image prompts. So let's use these image prompts to actually get these consistent characters. So that was the first step. Go to ChatGPT or any LLM and give it prompt and you'll get certain image prompts from there, and we are going to use these image prompts to generate these consistent characters. So let's have a look. The second step I'm going to talk about is something called Abascus AI. This is the software I've been using. Now why I recommend this, because it has a lot of different models. Now if you want to create images, you have different models all under one roof. So you can see various things, but I like to create with Flux context. So we'll use Flux context for this. You can see Nano Banana is there as well. Seedream, Midjourney, a lot of different models are here. You can use different models, but different models have different price ranges for this. You pay just about $10 per month and you get access to all these different models with that $10. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now I'm going to copy the prompt that I got from ChatGPT. So I'll go to ChatGPT. I'll copy the first prompt and I'm going to use this in Abascus. Yeah. And now I'm not going to use anything else. I'm just going to tell it what type of aspect ratio I want, 16:9. So that's the first thing I'm going to use here, 16:9, and I'll just hit generate. Now it'll take its time and generate. It doesn't take too long to do this, and it gives you pretty good images with this Flux model. Okay, so we'll wait for it to come out with some good images out here. Yeah, Abascus has already given me a good image here. You can see a pretty good image here. And if you zoom in also, you'll find that this image is pretty spot on. Okay, so with this, now how to create consistent characters. So first I'm going to download this. I'll download this to my computer. Yeah, so it's downloaded. Now, how do I create consistent characters? So now I'll use the second prompt here from ChatGPT and I will go back to Abascus. And now I'm going to use the same model, Flux context. Now put the second prompt here and I'm going to use this to make it consistent. I am going to copy the first image. So I've created previous characters. So this was the character we just created just now. Okay, so I'm going to give it the aspect ratio I want again, 16:9, and I'll hit generate. Now this will try and keep to the same character that we got in the previous image. So let it generate and we'll come back and see it after it has generated how close it is to the previous image that we've got here. So it doesn't take too long. Now you can see here, that's the second image. So from the first and the second, it looks pretty close. Let's do a third image as well. I'll copy one of the other images and I will again give the same. It's a female. Okay, and I'll use the same to get a consistent character, and I'll use the same aspect ratio, 16:9, and hit create. So we'll see what it gives me here. So you can see the character is not much different from the first one, and that's the easy way of getting a consistent character. See, that's the third image. So pretty spot on. The three images look pretty close to each other in the facial appearance and even the bodily structure of the influencer. So that's the first method. Now this is a paid version. Now if you see, if I go to profile, you can see it is the cost of this Abascus is about $10 per month, but pretty well worth it. So it's pretty good out there. Now let's look at the second method, which is the free method. Okay, so this is the second method we're going to look at. I'll leave a link to Abascus below and also a link to this. So if you click on the link below, which is Fooocus, you'd be taken to a page like this, and you'd have to log in with your Google account, and you need to click this connect, and it should give you a tick mark once it is connected. So we'll just wait for it to connect. So it'll connect to your computer resources, and once it connects, it gives you a tick mark there that's using your RAM and disk. And also you can click the play button after that. Once you click the play button, you can click the run anyway. Now you can see some code come up on your screen. Don't worry about it. We'll have to just wait for this code to run properly. Once it's done, I'll show you what is to be done. Okay, so this has taken a little over 3 minutes to run this code, and now you should see this running on public URL. So this is the thing you want to click on, not the local URL, the public URL. So it will be taking you to another page like this. And let's have a look. This page is loading. Okay, I'm getting some errors, but it should work even with these errors. Okay, so what you want to do is you go to advanced. Yeah, so with these advanced tabs, you can see here, you get a few different things here. It's showing an error, but we'll still able to run it with the error, I think. So let's try it. Let's look at the first prompt that we got earlier, and we'll try and use the same prompt and try and generate this. So we'll go to focus, put the prompt here and hit generate. Okay, so you should get the generation being started. Okay, so it's generating here the prompts. From the prompts, you can change the aspect ratio to whatever you want. Now I've just taken this as is, but you can play around with the settings here and get various aspect ratios. You can see the influencer model also coming up. So from here we have told it to generate 2 images. You can ask it to generate up to I think 16 images if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that was the first image that was finished, and generating the second image. So you can see this is also pretty good. Let's possibly save this. Okay, I can download it by clicking the button. So both the images are downloaded. Now, okay, so both the images are generated. I can click this and download the second one as well. Okay, how do I get a consistent character from here? So I have to click on this input image button and image prompt. So if I give it, now I can give it an image prompt. So we'll use the same consistent character which we got just now. I think that's the one which we got. Okay, yeah, and now we can give it possibly the second or the third image prompt and see how it generates from there. So we change that and hit generate. Okay, so now it will use this as a reference. This is the image that we gave it as a reference to generate its the further images. So let's see how it does that, how well it does that. So this is the free version. You can play around with this. There are various settings here also, styles, models, which you can go after, different LoRa models and advanced settings here. So you can play around with these settings and see what kind of generation you get. Sometimes it looks like it's doing nothing, but it is working in the background. You can check it if you want by looking at the code being run on your system. It's run for 58.9395 seconds earlier. You can check this out. And sometimes it just stops, but then you need to just refresh this page as paying nothing for it. You can do it a few times and see what kind of quality of images you're getting. I've also put for speed here, but you can also go for quality, and then you should get slightly better images here. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be doing anything, so I will try and refresh this page and see. Okay, I'll refresh it and see how we can get the consistent image from here. Okay, we'll go to image input again, and I will go to image prompt. I'll give it the image that we had earlier, maybe this one. Okay, and then we'll put in the prompt again, the second prompt, and hit generate. Okay, now it's doing something. So it should now take this image as a reference to give me the further images. So being a free model, you can't expect much, yeah, but the quality of image is sometimes pretty okay, but sometimes it can give you something weird with the eyes not too good and all that. Okay, so I'll show you the image that we get later. Now let's move on to step 3, where I show you how to actually animate this image. So what you're going to do next for this third step, now you're going to type in Google AI Studio. So click on this Google AI Studio and it should take you to a page like this. Now I have the paid version also, but I'll show you the version where I've not paid for. So let's start a new chat and we want to get image to video basically. So let's use Veo 2 as such. Okay, and let's enable our drive. You should just allow to enable your drive, otherwise you can't upload any pictures there. So next I'll put in the prompt here. I'll upload the image that we just got. That was the image. Okay, cinematic close-up, and we'll see what it gives us. So let Veo 2 do its work and let's see what we get with that. So I've got 10 of 10 generations out here. I've not paid for this version, but I have another account where I've paid for, so you can generate much more. But even with a version which is unpaid, you can get a pretty good generation. So let's have a look and see what kind of generations we get with this. Okay, so about 44 seconds to generate this video, which is not bad. So let's see what it has generated. Let's play it. Okay, pretty good, you can see, and that's for free again. So I can download this and use this in my various things. So please read the requirements where you can use it and where you cannot before trying to use it for commercial uses. Okay, so this is how you create your influencer. Now in the next video I'm going to show you how to actually get this influencer to start talking, because that's where you can start making money. Start using them on your channels, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and have this influencer talk to the people and start generating its influence. Okay, so I'll catch you in the other videos. Take care, see you there. If you have any questions with regards to this, please leave them in the comments below as well. Take care, see you.